Hi, this is Melissa. I wanted to start before we dive into what it means to do faculty coaching and basically the 5 buckets that are in that role. I wanted to quickly review our last faculty meeting for online instructors, just to give you context in what IMBC, how we do things, and what makes us different. So we're going to quickly review the PowerPoint from the October faculty meeting. As you know, our mission statement is that we are dedicated to prepare men and women in occupational skills to qualify them to enter their chosen career. And programs at our school provide a combination of clinical training and classroom instruction, whether that's online or in person, to develop the abilities for students to have a successful career. As you know, we do have a residential Pittsburgh campus, we have a residential Erie campus, and of course, our online campus. Our online campus, we serve students in 263 cities, and we are in currently 43 states, just for you to understand our reach. So I will make sure that both of you have a updated online catalog, and please be familiar with our programs. Basically, for online, we have 4 programs. 3 are allied health, medical, and 1 is business. 2 of our programs are diploma programs, and 2 are specialized associate degree programs. So for allied health, we have medical office administrator. That's a diploma program, and that's basically for people, think of it as the person that you meet when you go to the dentist or the doctor or the chiropractor. It's that friendly face, the customer service person at the front desk. We have a diploma medical insurance billing and coding program online, and that's more of a back office role, someone who is applying the codes so the doctor can get reimbursed and work with insurance. Our 3rd allied health program is medical records technician, and that's a specialized associate degree. Think of that as the big brother of the medical insurance billing and coding program, because the medical records technician associates program includes all of the 9 courses in our MIBC online program. And finally, we have our business administration, marketing and management program, which is a specialized associate degree, and of course that's in business, and it has a high focus on social media, marketing, and current trends. So that's just a quick overview of the 4 programs we provide online. We started our 11-11 term, and that is the last session for this calendar year. As you know, all of our courses are 6 weeks in length, and we have 8 starts a year. Our next start will be January 6th, and you can see our winter break on this slide. Just a little background for you to see how successful we've been. We launched our online programs in June of 2017, and our ABHES cohort year for 18-19, our retention rates you can see on the right are very, very good. You can see our active enrollments, and this is as of October, so these are higher numbers now. But these are just for our online campuses. And you can see the placement on this slide. We have above 80% in all of our programs. The reason that you don't see the BAM program, as we call it, Business Administration, Marketing, and Management, is because we didn't have any graduates yet, because we started that program more recent. So we always encourage our instructors every month to check their micro lectures for spelling errors. Something that makes us different is we require all of our online instructors to record a welcome video, and this video has to have their face in it, and that's just that friendly, warm connection so students can feel like they know their instructor. The purpose of this quick video is not to tell them all the rules of the class, they can read the syllabus, but more to share a little bit about themselves and how to be successful in the class by staying engaged and reaching out to their instructor. We also have a micro lecture every week that each instructor records, It's usually a PowerPoint that's recorded like this screencast. We are on social media, so if you are not following us on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, please like, share, and follow, and you'll see a lot of the fun things that we do in social media. This slide describes when a course starts each term. Each instructor receives basically a list of their students. Green students are students who are taking their first online course. Orange students are people who have a history of being at risk. This just helps the instructor know how much special attention they need to give to each student. We do have blended students in our online courses. So when you gain access and you go in the courses, if you see a P after a student's name, they are a Pittsburgh ground campus student taking an online course. E is for an Erie blended student. And you can read below, but you can see what our blended program means. But it means we go the extra mile and give them the same amount of help they would need to be successful online. Okay, let's talk about grading practices a little bit. So it's important to remember that IMBC does not have Ds. To pass, students must have a 70% and above. So we have a new discussion rubric. You don't really need to know about that. I'll go in the course and show you. But here's the important part to know. Each week, the discussion is worth 100 points. Up to 70 points are for the initial post that's due by Thursday night, and up to 30 points are for the replies to 3 of their peers' posts, which is due by Sunday night. And you can kind of see the breakdown below of how they typically do grading. This is our new discussion rubric, and we basically, it's exactly like I explained before. You won't need to get deep into that. Okay, here's important things for you to know. One of your roles as a faculty coach, you will need to be checking their discussion board for engagement by the instructor. Forget about students. This is now all about the faculty. And you'll need to look and see their discussion board grading. So here are important things for you to know. So our grading by the instructor, they have to have all their grades in for the discussion board from the prior week on Tuesday. So what does this mean for you? It means that on Wednesday, you would go in and look at the discussion board grading feedback. So Wednesday's a date for you to remember. And then right below it, you will see that assignments are due by Thursday. The grading is due by Thursday, and it's from the previous week. So you would, on Friday, be checking the feedback from the instructor. And maybe somebody forgot to grade something, or maybe grade their whole section. So that's something that you would know too. So on Wednesday, you'll pop in and check discussion board grading feedback. And on Friday, you'll look at assignment grading. Now, one thing I'm going to show you is how to look for late submissions. Moodle Rooms has its limitations, but the price is right. So instructors a lot of times overlook work that was turned in late. Now, because we do pay coaches to chase our students, we do accept late work. We do deduct points, but I'm going to show you a specific way, and it's a little tedious, but this role involves helping instructors look for late submissions. And then assignment feedback. So 1 point deductions. So when we do any kind of grading feedback, whether it's a discussion board or assignments, we're looking for quality. It means you start with the student name, comma, and always starting with something positive. And we prefer personalized feedback. Let's say a student writes about their experience working at McDonald's or a nursing home or something. we like for the instructor to pull out at least one little nugget, one piece of information, and make a comment about it. That way it lets the student know that it's personalized and they really did read the feedback. So the other thing is we kind of do the sandwich approach. Positive, if there's anything, positive statement first, and then if you need to correct anything, that quote negative feedback is next. And on this slide you can see we require that in parentheses that you tell them specific feedback of how to avoid the error. So see below, like I might say, Kelly, comma, you did a great job describing what you like about your current job. I'm glad that you really like your manager because that can make a difference. By the way, that was a personalized statement. Please see below, I deducted 3 points because the first sentence is incomplete, parentheses minus 3 points. It's also important to always capitalize the first letter of every sentence. Be sure to proofread before submitting, minus 2 points. Then you close with a positive statement. I look forward to reading your submission next week and keep up the great work. And then the instructor signs their name at the bottom. So in this assignment that's being graded, we took off 5 points. So you would need to look and make sure that a 95 is the grade. You want to make sure that the points match what was taken off. Now you can see a sample of incorrect feedback where they just show you didn't have correct punctuation, minus 5. Well, you need to put in parentheses and teach them what they did wrong. So this will make more sense as we go through it. Sorry, I accidentally hit the button. So let's go to the next slide. This talks more about the feedback guidelines. Start by addressing the student by name. Don't be generic. We don't like people to copy and paste. If you're going through and you're seeing the same feedback to every student, that's absolutely not okay. And I'll provide some samples for you so you'll become more comfortable. And the first couple of weeks that you do this, if there's an instructor that you feel like you need to send an email to, what we'll do is I'll have you send it to me first, and then I'll kind of walk you through, and I'll also provide templates and examples of emails. So don't think you have to do this all on your own. So you can see that feedback must be specific. You can read through the sandwich technique, positive, negative, positive. And then you can see in the orange where it says you must input zeros where necessary. If this does not happen, the final grade will not average correctly. One of the 5 buckets that I described, one of the buckets is going and checking the grade book view at the end because you want to see are there any holes. If there's supposed to be a 0, then the instructor needs to input a 0. Otherwise, the student will have a false sense of security of how well they're actually doing in the class because that won't be averaged into their grade. Feedback points to avoid, no negative tone. We like to be positive and encouraging. Do not respond in an unprofessional manner. And we also don't want instructors to say things like, thank you for submitting your assignment, because that's just not very, it's fluff. Okay, so let's go on. Retention, y'all don't need to worry with that. Okay, so that's a little bit about overall expectations. Now, what's going to happen in the next video is I'll go deep into the 5 buckets. But for the rest of this video, what I would like to do is show you, this is what Moodle Rooms looks like. And up here is obviously my name and dashboard. Now, I am currently enrolled in all of these courses. So whatever you're enrolled in, those courses will show up. You can click these to put a star. I always have the current courses starred, so they're my favorite and they come up first. And then other courses I have down at the bottom, like the new student orientation and things like that. So let's go in a course. To go in a course, you just click on it. This is Alyssa's course. She is a phenomenal instructor. You will see that the course always opens up to the week that is current. So it's currently week 3. Now, when you go in, you're always looking at the previous week. But again, I just want to show